Also speaking to an award-winning chef who's dedicated her life's work to veganism and sustainability. Priyanka Naik says she's trying to reshape the gastronomic landscape and teaching others how to make their kitchens eco-friendly. And Priyanka Naik joins me now for more on how we can all do this. Priyanka, thanks so much for coming on. You know, as a chef, why do you think it's so important to go green, especially in the kitchen? And what are some steps that we can take at home to make our kitchens more eco-friendly?
Well, good morning, and thank you for having me. Obviously, this topic is so relevant to me, and I really have dedicated my love for cooking around this. But food is one of the top 3 contributors to carbon emissions and waste, especially in the U.S. Over 92 billion pounds of food is wasted in the U.S. alone. So we can really start by making a change in our kitchen. You certainly don't need to be a chef in order to do this. For instance, I live in a big city, so I don't have access to a backyard or soil. So what I do is I take my scraps and I actually freeze it in a compostable container, and then I take it to my local farmer's market and I compost it there. Or I actually use the scraps to repurpose them into new dishes. So, for instance, you can take garlic peels and onion peels. You can bake it on low in the oven and create onion and garlic powder. Or you can use your scraps to make a vegetable stock, which I know everyone is familiar with. The other thing I love to do is taking fresh fruits and vegetables and freezing them at their peak freshness. So these are some fresh cranberries. I had to use them for a recipe, but I certainly was not going to eat 1 pound bag of cranberries. So I decided to freeze them, and now I can use it for baking, for cocktails, or just to thaw and eat when I want to enjoy some cranberries. And the last thing is leftovers. So I love packing all of my food at restaurants. Make sure to even pack that free bread that you get. This is some leftover rice from some Indian takeout that I had. I'm going to repurpose this into a rice and bean veggie burger later. It's going to be so hearty and so healthy, and this food is going to end up in my stomach rather than in the trash.
I love that. You save your money and the planet at the same time. And Priyanka, you also say some of meals themselves are greener than others. So what are some ways that we can prepare more climate-conscious food at home?
Certainly, I think the first thing anyone can do is reduce your meat intake. I am vegan. I certainly do not expect everyone to go vegan overnight, but even just reducing your red meat intake will minimize the use of water in our agricultural system, because red meat uses the most water to be produced. So even going meatless a few times a week can really help create greener meals, but also using all of the produce. So some of the clips you're seeing, I'm using watermelon rinds to make a pickle out of. I use carrot tops to make a pesto. So really trying to minimize all of the waste from the vegetable and the produce, and making sure that your dishes are colorful. The more colorful your dishes are, the more nutrient rich they are as well.
All right, Priyanka Naik, thank you. And ABC News Live is featuring special reporting all week long on the climate challenges we face and empowering stories about solutions. Be sure to catch our brand new special, The Power of Us, where we delve into individual and systemic solutions and the impact we can have together to protect our planet. That's tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on ABC News Live and streaming on Hulu.